I got a message about some problem with the system because I tried the iPad. It was the first option. Then I
Mhm,
tried the phone, and both got disconnected. I'm with the computer. This is like my last option.
mhm. Hi, we have you. You're good.
Good.
All right.
Sorry.
No worries. It's all good. I'm just glad we figured it out with the system. We were getting into the San Diego discussion, and um, with Ingevartsen only lasting 12 in the midweek. And yes, we believe in safe guesting and hydration. That is absolutely true. Manu Dua obviously getting the red as well. They finished with 9, and you were discussing the idea that they're probably going to start, considering that they're not going to be around in on the midweek. So that's those two and 9 other dudes. And Mikey laughed at you when you came up with that, and he's like, "Yeah, that you were on top of things." Yeah. So what else are you expecting from San Diego going up against FCD?
I think they need to. It's very important to pace themselves.
Yeah.
They are playing 180-minute games now. For them, like Mikey said, and I think I've been doing working games of MLS since '07. So
Mhm.
the times that we can compete or we're very young, we're new at this, we are naive. That's way behind. I mean, that's way behind. Now it's time to honor a rivalry that it really exists with trophies.
Mhm.
Seattle already proved that it's possible to do it. MLS are reaching more finals every single year that goes by. So now it's time to start winning. And I think San Diego has one of the best uh, rosters that can probably honor that and put face in honor of MLS. This way, not even the goalkeeper position was defined. I think that Ferri it's doing a hell of a job.
Mhm.
Three games, 0 goals conceded, which is amazing for a beginning, a rookie. He finally conceded the first 2 goals of his professional career against Toluca. But how funny, right? I mean, both were penalty kicks, not from a play, not from a kick from out of the box. I mean, both were penalty kicks. So it's like he's still undefeated. I
Mhm.
mean, because a penalty kick, it's like a complete different stat. I mean, at least to me. But still, I think Cisniega, he has been extended. And do we still remember JC?
Yeah, I know.
Because I remember Mikey telling us midway in the season of 2025 that it was CJ and 10 more. That's
Mhm.
how the team was built. Unfortunately, an accident knocked CJ out of the equation.
Yep.
Because what happened, I know that it was brutal. It was a terrible injury. CJ had to go for surgery. It's been a very complete and long process to heal, but things happened. You have brought to the conversation to Marcelo Balboa, and he broke his ACL before '94, before the
Mm.
World Cup of '94, and when those type of injuries take probably a year to heal, with a big question mark if your career was over. We're talking about '93, '94. He came back in 5 to 6 months. He came back to play at a World Cup. In things happen. Things happen. Why? Look what happened to Malagon the
Mm.
other night.
Oh, man.
I mean, he broke his Achilles. He's out. The doctor said 6 months. Okay, but things happens.
Mhm. How underrated it seems like every conversation we have about San Diego FC, you're talking about Dreyer, and that's an obvious talking point with what, El Paratero has brought to the table in a very short period of time. How underrated and how ignored, I guess, in the conversation about the importance of San Diego FC are folks like Ani Valakari and Jeppe Tverskov to their whole equation.
Well, first the captain, Periscope. It's a warrior from the midfield, and sadly, that number 6 position never gets probably the right credit or all the media attention that they should. But that's where the anchor of the team relies. I mean, it's a very important player, and to me, it's When he's not there, you feel it. Now, Godoy, he brings a lot of experience. They lost De La Torre, but oh boy, Mickey really believe in this guy Soma, this kid Soma,
Mhm.
because of his skills, talents, and especially the vision he has about the game. He has the last thing with the national team was with the under 20, and the kid I think has a very bright future ahead of him. Also, let me insist in this guy Alejandro Alvarado. I saw him play before the injury, and the kid has magic. So I think he has very interesting players. Um, you mentioned two players that probably don't get the right credit, but there's another one who has covered a big hole because it was a very big hole to cover
Mhm.
due to an extra football stuff out of the field
Right.
stuff. And this is Pellegrino. He
Yeah.
told the team mid year. Uh, I don't think I don't think he was never a solution in San Jose. He was in and out. Never saw a good game of him. I mean, unfortunately, it's not that I'm killing the guy or I'm burning him or torching him. No, no, no. But it was one of those things that didn't happen. And I questioned myself, why were they interested? Well, I mean, we were talking about the scouting abilities of Mikey Barras while he was part of the FC Dallas organization in his early years as an assistant coach, as a coach of youth. But Pellegrino brought the magic, and nobody remembered Chucky Lozano,
Mm.
especially when the playoffs started. He took over, and everybody was asking about Chucky, but I mean, the answer is: do we need them? I mean, do they need them? Because Pellegrino and Dreyer did everything, and let's not forget that San Diego Football Club reached the conference final without a natural number one because Ingvasten practically spent the whole year injured, and it was like the only real and natural number nine that they had beside Tomas Angel, who recently has been negotiated to the Colombian League,
Mhm.
Atlético Nacional, if I recall correct.
Yeah.
So they did it without a number nine. But I think I saw a headline about the win over Toluca, and it said warrior mentality, and probably can be that, but also something that I have been hearing from Mikey every single time that we call a game is the commitment everybody has to this project. And it's not because I'm getting paid, it's not because of the fame, it's because they're really committed to a group of people that really want to succeed. And I think that in nowadays soccer, with the big checks and the fame and all the temptations that come with that, I think it's very hard to find such a committed long group to reach the same goal.
One other guy that I want to mention before we flip the conversation to FCD. Where was this version of Christopher McVeigh in previous stops? I mean, you look at him and he was, in the East Coast, Christopher McVeigh, he was just kind of, it was like, oh, yeah, we're going to run at him all day long and twice on Tuesday. Where has this version of Chris McVeigh been? And that you have Mikey Barris getting to enjoy him as one of your center backs these days.
Well, I think McVeigh uh, beat on the run to Patty. Patty left the team. It was the two of them considered to be central defenders. Manu Dua spent the first half of the year last year injured, but when he came back, everything was clear from Mickey. It's Dua and somebody else. And the kid has been there. The kid has had a very fast learning process, and he has been very effective. So I understand why he was selected with that high pick that they used,
Mhm.
and the conditions. McVeigh probably shows something that Patty didn't have. And McVeigh has some versatility. He can play as a central defender and also as a fullback. He played on the right. We were surprised. And oh boy, he gave such good performances. It was a couple of times that we saw him play as a right fullback, and we were very pleased with him. So I think that versatility made him win the run over Patty and stayed as the partner of Manu Dua.
Jorge Perez Navarro and Cello Balboa getting ready for San Diego FC and FC Dallas coming up this weekend on Apple TV. And you look at FCD, and Michael Collodi is now taken over. We knew about him in MLS Next Pro. Martin Paz moves on. And so Collodi is now there between the sticks. You've got a young team at the back, and you've got some talented folks that are also – it's like young up front to help out Peter Musa, and young at the back with folks like Urahide and Collodi. When you see FCD, what comes to mind?
We were talking to Coach Quill yesterday,
Mhm.
and he said, listen, I mean, because last year was very tough for them, and probably the analogy is Coach Quill was hired, and he came to the team with a game plan, and a couple of days later, he was told that Acosta was joining the ranks.
Yes.
So the game plan had to go to the trash can, and he had to come up with a different kind of game plan because now everything had to be around Acosta, a former MLS MVP player. So things didn't work out with Acosta. He left the team for the second half of the season, and it was like trying to find in the old trash can the old game plan to try to make things work, at least for the rest of the season. I think that at home they were able to level things. So there were a couple of details that Coach Quill wanted to succeed, and one of them was he wanted to play like San Diego. So now we see that San Diego is not only like a very effective team, but they're creating a model to be emulated. When Coach Bradley Carnell was coaching St. Louis and then he moved to Philadelphia, they were always talking about the Red Bull model, the one of the pressing, the one that we all attack and we come back to defend. That's what it was said. Imagine a team that in just 1 year establishes a personality that now other teams want to emulate. It's amazing. And San Diego didn't spend the most money. Their best DP player happened to be a bust because he finished the year in a very bad note, and he wasn't even considered for year number 2. He's making a lot of money just to be training in the facility, and that's it. So the team is still flying. Now, FC Dallas, can they do it? I think they have a better roster, and I think they had more time to make things work better than last year. Again, the Acosta move changed things, and it was one of those things that, oh, damn, we're not going to the mountains, we're going to the beach. We have to rework the back. Bum, 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 bum. We put whatever we had and we leave the house running. And by the way, I'm so sorry, but I have 7 more minutes because I have to go to the airport. So sorry. I know I missed because my technology problem, but
You'll be out in 2, brother. I'm just going to keep you to the bottom of the hour. It's a round number.
Thank you. So I think FC Dallas is a work in progress. Can they do it? I think they have a very great player, Petar Musa, that probably he doesn't get the attention and the respect that he deserves. Being very respectful to the people in Dallas is not the biggest market. So probably that plays against, because even when they were a contender in the previous years, they didn't get the media attention that get other teams. So it also plays like a note that the market is not like one of those big that requires all the media attention every single day of every week along the whole season, February to December. But I think they can do great things. And if they fly under the radar without pressure, that can help them to build a very good team.
Can't wait for it. You and Cello, just get out there safe, have a great call. And you know that since you've got the garage door opener, you know where the key is under the mat. You know you can come in here and crash. You didn't come in and vent your spleen about anything going on. I'm glad we figured out the technology. Send me all your helpful hints so that way if I ever have the same problems, I can know how to sort them out. This is not going to be a situation like where Ole Anderson kicked Sting out of the Horseman. This is not one of those times, man.
Oh my God. Let me go and see if I have my bat so I can come dressed in black and come with my bat. Oh!
It is Crow Jorge Perez Navarro. Great to see you, my friend. Have a great call, and don't be a stranger. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, John. All the best.